The past 90 days, I tried Andrew Yu's paid Discord channel, which by the way costs $100, and within my first month, I found a winning product.
What?
Okay, obviously you wouldn't believe me unless I show it to you, so here are the results. But it doesn't actually stop there because I found another winner within the next month and another winner within the following next whatever. And I'll share all the results and how Andrew actually helped me scale those products throughout the video because there is a catch with them. So okay, so here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make an F to S tier list and I'll put every single perk that he has into like things. And now that I'm thinking about it, the tier list kind of makes no sense here, but we're gonna go with it anyway. So first feature that we are ranking will be the weekly live calls. Yes, we actually did them, and here's how they went. We'll schedule a call like 3 p.m. Eastern time. Then he would invite everyone to join it in advance. As soon as you get into that group call, you basically can type into the chat whatever the question you have, and eventually Kevin or Andrew, they both were there, they're partners, they would answer your question. And so here arises sort of a problem. You would have 100 people putting in multiple messages at the same time, and Andrew and Kevin would review them one by one. So that is amazing if you are a beginner, because usually the messages are like how to create a store, should I use Shopify or WooCommerce, but that doesn't stop you from asking actual personalized questions. That's what I did. You would put in, for example, how much your testing campaign is doing, how much your scaling campaign is doing. You can even attach screenshots, and eventually once they get to that, they actually give you a really good advice. So I would honestly put this one into A tier just because you're getting personalized feedback. It just takes you a long time to get it, but still for cheap. Next on, you have the chats, and let's break them down one by one. Prime chat. This is the one that everyone is actually using because you can't be bothered to categorize anything, so you just put whatever you put in that chat. Next on is beginner help. I've never actually been there, so I don't know what's happening there, but I assume it's help for beginners. Okay, and now comes the ad strategy, and this one is really useful. Here's where people would usually put like page-long questions with screenshots from their ad accounts, and they would ask Andrew to help them solve it, or like how would you proceed. Imagine, for example, you were testing a product and it was like a 2 ROAS, but it's break-even for you and you're not sure whether to continue, and Andrew would literally tell you what to do. By the way, if you're break-even at 2 ROAS, like... Now product advice. As I mentioned before, Andrew uses Shop Hunter and he preaches this tool like nothing else. This chat is primarily so you post graphs of products that you found on Shop Hunter, and you would ask Andrew if they are scaling enough for you to test them. So it's a great chat if you don't understand the graphs. And last one is Facebook circumvention. If you've done Facebook in the past, you know they block everything they see. And every time they give you an option to request a review or request an appeal. And that's not always the best thing to do. So what you would do here in this chat, you would put your issue and you would ask Andrew if it's worth the appeal or if you should move on. So now comes the rating of the chat. The benefit of the chat is really that Andrew put his mind into your question and he just doesn't answer it on the spot like in the live calls. The disadvantage of the chat is none. That's exactly why I would put it into S tier. Bear in mind that you're getting answers from Andrew and Kevin themselves, so they don't have some VAs or some proclaimed e-commerce owners who did something in the past. Next on, we have the case studies. These are basically videos of his past e-commerce stores, where he reveals the product that made him money, he reveals the store of how it is designed, and he walks you through every single day of him scaling the ads. And these videos are basically uploaded to Whop where you can watch them. Since there isn't much to say, we can rank them straight away. The benefit of those videos is you're basically getting an insider view of the entire business that he had. And the disadvantage is really none again. Those videos by themselves cost a lot more money, so it would be stupid for me not to put them into the S tier. And the last one we have is resources. There isn't much to talk about. You really have Facebook assets and an access to a private supplier. So as for the assets, they're basically available to anyone. The difference is, I believe you're getting 10% off if you have Prime. And Andrew sells them at a very high price. Okay, let's elaborate a little. The reason I say it's hard is because I found cheaper solutions. But it took me more money to find cheaper solutions than if I would just buy it from him. And the next thing is the private supplier. You can only work with that supplier if you have at least 10 orders per day. It's tested by Andrew and you don't have to really spend time looking for anything else. And there's one more thing that I realized for resources, which are PDF files. At the time that I had the subscription, there wasn't that much, but they were still really useful. So let's actually rank them. So for the advantages, you really have only one benefit. The fact that these are tested by people. They're trusted by Andrew, and you don't have to bother yourself. The assets don't really require you to have Prime, you can just buy them directly. I think these overall wouldn't be your main reason to buy the membership, so it's fair if you put them into the B tier. Yep, my camera died. And also, I was really lazy past days. I don't know why I didn't mention that part as well. So here is the full final tier list. And if I was to give a final score to conclude the entire tier list, that would be probably a good S-. And if I was really to choose one best feature out of all of them, that would be chat. Again, because you're getting help not just from assistants or someone Andrew hired, but from Kevin and Andrew themselves. And really, with any Whop course, it's incredible that you can just get them for like 50 or 100 bucks a month, because it used to be the courses that you would pay 3,000 or 5,000 for, and you would pretty much get the same thing. So if you're thinking of starting dropshipping or scaling it, and you don't necessarily want Andrew's Whop course, honestly, just go for any, as long as there's someone who actually knows what they're doing. So yeah.